Welcome to the conclusion of another highly questionable week. What do you like today, Bo?
Damn, somebody out there running by Darrell Reeves.
Vamos, papi.
Was last night more about Ryan Fitzpatrick being good or Rex Ryan being washed?
My father loves to call him Fitzpatrick for some reason. It's Fitzpatrick, and he was great last night. 14 of 15 between 10 and 30 yards. Super accurate. The Jets seems to have some skill guys who are really good. So I would say it was more about Fitzpatrick being good. But Rex Ryan, the Bills were really good at sacks before he got there. They're now terrible at sacks. The blustery ride is just about over for Rex Ryan.
Yeah, here's the thing, though. Fitzpatrick still looked like Ryan Fitzpatrick. It wasn't like, whoa, what got into that guy? He's playing the game of his life. He looked shaky in all the ways. He's always shaky, and he still lit them on fire at the same time. Here's the problem Rex has got, though. You can't really fire the defensive coordinator because that's you. So you fire the offensive coordinator. But to be fair, with the exception of those two giant passes, what were they able to put together?
400 yards that Fitzpatrick passed for?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, that's pretty
I'm
close to
telling you,
400 yards,
it's
yeah.
getting close to what? Aaron Rodgers, Brady, Drew Brees. Oh, man, I'm telling you, I could have never believed it.
This is a guy who Rex Ryan had vexed for basically his whole career, who before the game was saying, let's be honest, it's not like I've got Hall of Fame numbers.
Is it time for the Jets to think about sitting Darrell Reeves?
Oh boy, the group five for Reeves Island apparently is still doing very big business. Perhaps you saw this right here where Darrell Reeves was checking Marquise Goodwin. You may have seen Marquise Goodwin in the long jump at the Olympics. Reeves said after the game that he didn't know that he was an Olympian, but he can believe it. That's the only thing there is to know about Marquise Goodwin. Like, seriously, is Reeves hurt? Because it's one thing to decline. It's another to completely fall off a cliff.
Well, hold on a second, though. He only allowed 9 other yards other than that. Marquise Goodwin is super fast. Reeves' game has never been built on speed, and that was a perfect pass. I'm not alleging that he was good last night. I'm saying he hasn't fallen off a cliff, and I'm saying we shouldn't be talking about benching Darrell Reeves.
I mean, we saw the week before, though, where he looked like literally any other corner in the NFL.
He just made a mistake, that's all. I mean, if you see him going by you, he's going to beat you. You got to go for his legs, Let him call you, interference or whatever they want to call it. At least, he's halfway down the field. That's the way you do it. That's the way you play it.
Say one thing he said there that wasn't wrong. Like, Reeves really needed to kick his heel, like, as soon as he got beat.
No, but actually what's wrong there is that Reeves wasn't close enough to even do that.
At some point he was, like a split second.
It happened so fast that he didn't even see that he could cheat to stop him.
So you fake an injury, hamstring, that's all. There you go.
Remember that time Randy Moss did it to him and he had to grab that hammy?
Right. Yeah, he's done that one before.
The U.S. soccer handled Megan Rapinoe kneeling in the right way.
All right, Megan Rapinoe had kneeled during the national anthem in solidarity with Colin Kaepernick at a club game on 9/11. She chose not to, but with the U.S. national team playing against Thailand, she did that. She kneeled during the national anthem. Now, this becomes, I think, a more interesting philosophical question because she's doing it while representing the United States. This isn't just some corporate grab. So it raises a question as to whether or not, if you think you should kneel during the anthem, whether or not you should be playing for your club team. But U.S. Soccer, did they handle it the right way? I don't know what they're supposed to do because in that setting, it's a little bit of a different look when people are standing for the national anthem.
And what they did was send out a press release during the game saying there's an expectation that you stand during the anthem. And furthermore, something they said is we expect you to stand for that anthem because you are representing an appreciation for all of the freedoms and liberties that all of us enjoy. And that second, all freedoms and liberties that all of us enjoy, not all of us are enjoying the same kinds of freedoms, which is the reason that she's protesting in the first place. U.S. Soccer basically came out and said, yeah, we don't stand with her. We're not with her on this.
But people need to be honest. That team isn't there so we can have a discourse about what it is to be Americans. That team is there so that we can say things like what's in that statement, whether we believe them or not.
What should we make of Penn State plans to honor the anniversary of Joe Paterno's first victory?
This is kind of amazing, Bomani, because there is such a disconnect between the way the rest of America views what's happening at this school and what is happening at this school. Nobody outside of Penn State would look at this and support the honoring of Joe Paterno. But I actually kind of get, Bomani, how in that Pleasantville circumstance, you got 50 years of a human being nicknamed after a saint, and then at the end of his run, there is is something evil that happens. And you cannot put those two things side by side and understand them, and you cannot put them side by side and believe them. So there's still someplace else where they can't reconcile the idea that their saint was responsible overseeing something evil.
But you also have to keep in mind their saint is part of them. It becomes difficult to separate the two when people have used Joe Paterno as the idol in which you should model your life. Like, this wasn't simply about football. This isn't like a Barry Switzer case. People are like, be like Joe Paterno, and everything around them grew as a result. They struggle to let that go. But hey, man, I got bad news for you. You're going to have to let this thing go. It looks so terrible when you do this after we find out that Joe Paterno may have known about Jerry Sandusky's failings all the way back until 1976. It's difficult to let something go when you base so much of yourself around it, but it seems like something you got to do.
Here's the thing, though, Bomani. You say you got to let it go, and clearly they're ignoring everyone who says you got to let it go because they're honoring his first victory Saturday, whether we like it or not.
How should Oklahoma quarterback Baker Mayfield feel about his scrub backup talking about Ohio State's defense?
Okay, we are not going to refer to him by name. We are going to refer to him as scrub backup. Can we hear him in his own voice, please?
What have you seen of the Buckeyes so far? What kind of stands out whenever you prepare for them?
I think they have really basic defense, and I think we can go out there and Baker, he'll light them up, and I'm really looking forward to it. If my number's called, I think I can do the same, and I'm really looking forward to the game. It's going to be really exciting.
I mean, why are we talking to him? Isn't that the big question there? Why are we interviewing the guy who's probably not going to play in the game?
Yeah, how many people turned them down before they got to Austin Kendall on the list of people to have interviews with, right? By the way, Austin Kendall, his dad is from Columbus. He grew up rooting for Ohio State. I imagine he wants to get into this game. But the underrated part of this is he's talking about how Baker's going to light him up, and then he puts himself in. Just in case if I'm in there, I'll light up their basic defense. There's a chance the defense looked basic because they played Bowling Green and Tulsa, kid. Maybe, just maybe, that's what you saw.
That basic defense so badly wants that kid to get in the game. So badly.
This is a great move by Austin Kendall. He's telling everybody, they have a defense. There's no way they're going to stop us. When the first string quarterback fails, he's going to say, well, put me in now, I'll show you.
That's the thing. It's not no way they're going to stop us. There's no way they're going to stop them because, he doesn't play.
What's happened in your life if you're watching that television show? What's going on in your existence that you're sitting there? Let me hear what this kid has to say here. That your life has gone sideways.
Your
man.
job transferred you to Edmond. That's how it goes.
I'm sorry, whoever's watching that show. I'm sorry.
Coming up next on Highly Questionable.
Wow.
Oh, that is tremendous. How did he train those animals? Survival is the strongest instinct, and that is just great. They know to stay on there.
What's the destination?
Time to play the game that is sick of the sight of these guys. Do you question?
Give us topics and events. We question them.
Do you question if there is a friend you can trust this much?
I think no matter what's on this video, Dan has wanted me to trust him that much for 3 years and change.
Hasn't worked yet.
Ain't happening.
Oh
no.
God.
Oh, no.
Oh, really? Here's what I love. Here's what I love about that. Look at the moment of distrust. Right there. He thought that was going to help him. The moment of distrust on the tippy toes. If that had been off, that would not have helped you.
Here's my question. Now what? Yeah. What did you get out of this other than, because anybody could have been that person. How did you win by doing this?
Well, look, he didn't get it in his chichis.
Oh, chichi.
Oh, God.
Bing, bang, boom. Ay, Dios mío. Ay, qué pena.
Why do we keep doing this to the legendary Chichi?
We didn't do it to him. He did it to him. Ouch.
Big break indeed.
Do you question what's going on here?
Fighting off cancellation one day at a time.
Here or there.
Wow.
Oh, that is tremendous. How did he train those animals? Survival is the strongest instinct, and that is just great. They know to stay on there.
What's the destination?
That can't smell good. cannot smell good.
I mean, I'm not sure he does either.
Is that real? Are those people in costumes? Like, how is that possible?
People in costumes. Who has time to put together a costume and then do that?
You're right, but I'm incredulous because, wait a minute, those animals do that?
You know, Chiefs, they are not always so friendly. Watch this. There you have.
Oh, yeah, you remember this one?
I don't remember this. What is this?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, wait. Yeah.
Vamos.
Yeah,
There we go.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Like, what's my man think about to happen right
There you
now?
go.
Once he backed up,
Yes.
what did you think?
I love that moment of sizing up the drunk human.
You lose, Maradona.
Always funny. Always funny.
Do you question what's going on here?
Didn't we just get this question about the sheep on the bicycle? All right, what is going on here? What are we looking for here?
Well, I mean, there's going to be fire.
Oh no! It's this. He's going to throw it on that, and what's going to happen? There's going to be a huge explosion. He's going to run away unsuccessfully. Yeah, this is going to be bad. Oh, this is going to be bad. Fast enough? Yeah, he's not fast enough. Of course, he's not fast enough.
Yo, that blaze seemed to be kind of significant.
Good God, man! What are they whispering about? Mom's coming home? How are we going to explain this to Mom?
Okay, once again, what was the plan here?
Right, a good point.
Now what?
Yes, a good point by
Now what?
Bomani.
Like, at the point at which this video cuts out, I'm there with now what? And not just about, like, calling the cops. Where was...
Yes. What was the best case scenario? What was the best case scenario? Because I think we got it, and that doesn't seem like a good case scenario.
John Savage, why you trapping so hard? Why these people capping so hard? Why you got a 12-car garage? Why you pulling all these rappers' car? Because these people, and I am hard. I turned that freaking soft into some hard. I grew up in the street without no heart. I'm praying to my clock and my car. Now, this broadcast from the Clevelander Hotel on beautiful South Beach, Miami. Time for another one of my seductive interview medleys.
They're not terribly seductive, but they're just some interviews that we've done over the weeks and months. Here are some of the best bits from those interviews. What's one snapshot moment that if I put it on the television of your career right now would stop you every time? The one, wherever it is, whichever it is, whether it's a celebration, whether it's a game, whether it's the end of a game in San Francisco where you're sobbing in the end zone, which one moment would stop you every time if it flashed on the screen?
What do you mean, stop me in terms of what?
Just you'd
You
want to
gotta
watch
watch
it.
it.
You'd want to watch it. You got to watch it. You want to see it because you're proud of yourself, or it makes you happy. It brings you back to a happier time.
I mean, anytime, anything you see something that's in a good light. Again, I have so many highlights. I mean, I have 153 touchdowns. I mean, I have a number of celebrations.
You didn't really just hit us with the number, T.O. T.O., you really didn't just hit us with the number.
You gave us the exact number. All 153 would stop you?
How can I not recite it when I've heard it for the last, probably 2 or 3 years, and especially with the Hall of Fame looming, the last couple of years, these are numbers that have been thrown out. So I couldn't really give you an exact number of yardage. I know it's 16,000. Is it 934 maybe?
I don't know.
Maybe you can.
I'm just telling you. I'm just going off by my recollection of what I've heard, over the last couple of years. I mean, these numbers have been thrown around, obviously because of the Hall of Fame possible induction. So that's how I know it. So to be honest, I didn't really know how many touchdowns I had, probably up until like maybe a few years ago, because it really wasn't something that I really kept up with. And again, I'm sure, unbeknownst to you, you guys probably thought that, I was selfish in some regard.
No, don't make this immediate thing. We were just asking you for a moment.
I'm
I was just asking you for a moment that made you happy.
Hey,
What just happened here?
don't take it personal. I'm just saying, if the shoe fits, wear it.
I've read that you were a bit of a partier as a player. Can you take us through, because nobody knows this side of you. It was a long time ago. Take us through the partying, Mark Richt. What did that look like?
Well, I won't get into it too detailed, but my nickname in the beginning of my career was Boca because I was from Boca Raton, so Boca was my nickname, and it was the front runner for the Heisman of the night games. But I probably would have been in New York when they handed it out. But you know, we all change, and we all grow up.
Poppy, what do you got for him?
Hey, Cliff, can you give my son some tips on how to be more attractive like you?
That's a great question, man.
That is a good one. I don't know.
Please, I'm all ears, buddy. I'm all ears.
I don't know if we can help
Yeah,
that.
maybe he can shave his beard, get a different suit.
I don't want the advice from
You're
him,
really
man.
good at taking questions like these and not being a jerk about it. Because you're really like, yeah, you're right. But it's not all funny. I mean, that's really impressive.
Where's the advice, man? Everyone can stop laughing for a second so I can hear the advice.
I'm staying above that one, man. I don't want any part of that one.
See you later. We'll talk to you later. Thank you, Cliff.
Thanks, fellas. Take care.
Time to play the game that is leaving the band and is going solo. See? Or no?
Really? Making threats around here, old man. Tell us what's on television. We'll tell you if we're intrigued.
Saturday on ABC, Florida State and Louisville.
Yeah, this seems like it'd be a little bit of fun here. Lamar Jackson, he's the quarterback. He's a Heisman Trophy candidate for Louisville. He scores fascinating, colorful touchdowns. Let's watch one of them.
Jackson keeps it again, trying to stretch to the edge. What a hurdle by Jackson! Highlight reel touchdown!
That is
Lamar
not good
Jackson does it
tackling.
again.
What's he supposed to do?
I guess lose is what he's going to do.
While you're face first in a ditch with a broken neck. Any excuse to bring up Bobby Petrino's motorcycle accident, I'm taking it.
Wow. Poppy, are you intrigued?
Oh, see, I'm very intrigued. I'm telling you, I'm predicting a big upset. You know, Louisville is going to come through, but more important than all, I'm going to be scouting Lamar Jackson because I have a Heisman vote now. He's a Heisman candidate.
That's
I'm
right.
telling you, I'm going to keep scouting him, and I'm pretty much, I think that I know what I'm going to do after that game is over.
Wow. Poppy giving a little Heisman tease.
I have a Heisman vote. I'm just not going to send it in.
You do not. Liar. Lying like
I mean,
Petrino.
how you going to say
Lying
I don't
out
have
here
a
like
vote?
Petrino.
We all got a vote. They just don't count everybody's vote. We all have a vote. It is America.
He's going to send it in, and it's
I told you I'm not going to send it in as a protest.
Saturday on CBS, Alabama and Ole Miss.
My father was just muttering under his breath, I'm not making this up. He was looking at the sheet here. It said #1 Alabama. And he's like, again with Nick Saban, #1 again, curse word. Let's look at last year's game, Alabama and Ole Miss. Let's look at some fans. Oh!
Yeah.
Whoa! That guy got taken down by the neck before the popcorn got out of that cup. Woo! That is security getting it done right there.
Are those guys his friends, or they just happen to be there at the same time?
Overzealous, slightly, security. Bomani, are you intrigued?
I am intrigued, and the question for every Ole Miss game is the same. Is Chad Kelly going to throw you out of this one? Because he's going to throw you out of 2 or 3 a year. It's just a matter of whether this is one of them.
Poppy, are you intrigued?
Oh, see, I'm very intrigued because Tricky Nick is going to have his hands full with Chad Kelly. I'm telling you, Ole Miss is going to come through. Mayor upset. Ole Miss, I'm telling you, that's right, buddy.
That's
I got to keep my eyes on Chad Kelly because I heard that he's a Heisman candidate, and I got a Heisman vote. So I'm pretty much said who I'm going to vote now. You know, I got to keep my eyes on Chad Kelly.
I'm stuck on the irony of Ole Miss to think about the fact the old man tried to shade me twice in a row. You say Ole Miss, but he has a vote.
That's pretty good, though. Ole. That's pretty good.
On TV in France, Le Grand Journal.
Oh, look at that. He pronounced it with a little bit of a flourish. He made my father go, wow. This is Jonah Hill. He's promoting his movie War Dogs on a television show in France. What do you got?
Merci Alice, j'ai envie de savoir. Non, en fait, j'ai un fantasme. En fait, ce serait qu'on se retrouve tous les deux dans une chambre d'hôtel le soir. On discute, voilà, vous me faites rire, vous me faites beaucoup rire. Et là, d'un coup, Vous ramenez vos potes DiCaprio et Brad Pitt et vous partez.
Je suis content d'être venu. Je suis vraiment pas venu pour rien, d'être ridiculisé.
Oh, wow. Jonah Hill, the comedian, didn't find that funny. Oh, not funny. Jonah Hill was not amused by that. Bomani, are you intrigued?
I also like to say thanks to whoever it was who gave us subtitles on Jonah Hill's English. Like, way to come through in our time of need.
Poppy, are you intrigued?
Oh, see, I'm very intrigued. Don't feel too bad. I'm telling you, I mean, Brad Pitt and the other guy, Leonardo DiCaprio, you know, they're tough, you know. I mean, they got a lot of popularity, so don't feel bad about it, you know. If they had said, you know, have a fantasy with Poppy, then you got to jump. You got to jump out and leave running.
That's insulting.
That's right.
Right, if they say fantasy with Poppy and Dan, insulting. Bomani, less so.
Way more, in fact.
That's all the time we have for today. Thank you for watching.
Enjoy your weekend. Talk to you on Monday.
Gracias. See you el lunes.
I think that we should make a film. And I should be the main actor.
No, we should not.
Yeah, and
No.
I should go to France and be interviewed like that. And maybe...
Really,
was
Poppy?
afraid
It's
you were
Mom's
talking about
birthday.
any kind of
It's
film.
Mom's birthday today, Dad.
Oh,
And
is that right?
And that's what you're doing on
Well,
television?
She's not listening to
I
the
know.
show. She's not listening. She's not watching the show.